Hello and welcome to another InventRight TV show. I'm one of the co-founders here at InventRight. Do you need help with your invention? Do you need invention help? Most inventors do. Now I'm going to be talking about three things. I'm going to give you a preview of what I'm going to be talking about in this video. So one, be aware that there are two paths to go down when you're inventing. And the path you take is going to determine the type of help that you need. Okay? And number two, don't get ripped off. And I'm not talking about your invention. So if that's not intriguing, I don't know what is. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to go into that. And then number three, be ready to get out of your head and into the world. So these are the main things that I'm going to be talking about today. So if you need help with your invention, if you need invention help, whatever you want to call it, we are here to help. So first thing, be aware there's two paths. So the first path is to venture it. This is the one that you guys are most familiar with. Venturing is just a fancy way of saying make it and sell it yourself, okay? Most people have no freaking clue how expensive that is. You're gonna quit your day job? Or are you going to shut down your other business? Because to launch a new product requires at least 40, if not 60 or 70 hours a week to do it seriously. I'm not talking about selling a tchotchke on eBay or Etsy. I'm talking about really launching a product. And most of you, when you have a new product idea, you want to go big with it, right? And to go big with it when you're venturing it and selling it yourself is very, very difficult. Now, the other path, the path we're all about here at InventRight, is licensing your product. When you license a product, you don't need money, you don't need employees, and you don't need existing distribution. You get the money, the employees, and the existing distribution from the big company that you license to. And the company you license to is the company that sells to retailers. They're brands, okay? So when you tap into their machine, maybe they have 50, 80. We just had somebody license, one of our students licensed to a company that has 8,000 SKUs, 8,000 different products. Wow. So when you license to that company, they're a machine. They have unlimited money for a product that sells well. They can get lines of credit from the bank and things like that. Not unlimited, but next to it if they've been in business for a long time. And they have employees, sales, marketing, manufacturing, advertising. They have all these employees that are there, and their companies, corporate America isn't necessarily good with creativity, but these big companies are very good with logistics and distribution and doing the work that you don't want to do. So you're going to utilize all their employees. I like to think of it as they're working for you. And then the third thing is existing distribution. So they're already in all the stores you want to be. So to me, I'm biased, but if you need help with your invention, we can help if you're looking to license. You can watch our YouTube shows, get our books, do our coaching program. But if you're looking to venture, you're going to need to get help from somebody else because we are not experts in venturing. But realize that with licensing, you can make a lot more money because that big company, they could sell 50,000 units, 500,000 units, 2 million units. It depends on the type of product, of course. And you're getting a royalty on every one, and you don't need to run the business. And you can keep going about your daily life and license multiple products that way. So I'm biased. I think licensing is a much better option. There's nothing wrong with venturing, but I find that when I get into the weeds of it, we won't get into all the weeds, but with venturing, and I explain it to inventors, I go, here's venturing, here's licensing. Oh, no, I want a license. Literally 90, 95% of inventors I talk to. So realize if you need help with your invention, if you're going to go down the venturing path and sell it yourself, you need to find help from somebody else. If you want to license it, we're your guys. Okay, so that's the first thing. That's number one if you need help with your invention. Number two is don't get ripped off. And I'm not talking about your idea. I'm talking about your money. Okay, there's a ton of companies out there. These aren't the companies you license to. These are companies, inventors, we can help you. And the Federal Trade Commission and the Patent Office warns against these companies. And I'll put some links down below in the description if you want to learn a little bit more from the Federal Trade Commission, who cracks down on these companies, and the Patent Office. And so basically the gist of it is you could have a lump of coal. They're going to tell you it's great. Doesn't matter what you have. And they say, oh, you don't have to do anything. Just give us the money. It's always 10 or 12 grand, it seems like, most of the time. Sometimes it's like 3 or 4 grand at a time, but it always ends up being like 10 or 12 grand from most of the people I talk to. There are some new ones that do it a little bit differently, but that's, for the most part, that's what I've seen over 21 years. You don't have to do anything. We'll do it all for you. We have the connections. Okay, so they claim this, and then you're asking who they're reaching out to. Some of them will give you names, but you could call and say, did such and such call? And they'll be like, I don't know. How could you verify? A lot of them won't even give you the names of the companies they're talking to. They're saying, oh, those relationships are confidential. How do you know they're doing anything? So one thing I can say is, in the 21 years I've been doing InventRight, I have never, in the 14 years I ran an inventors group, I have never met a single inventor ever personally that has had an invention promotion company, that's what the Federal Trade Commission calls them, license a product for them, ever. So they're plugging along, supposedly they're doing work, and you're feeling all good. Oh, I paid this company, I got this $1 million idea, they're going to license it. And then a year rolls by and they're like, oh, nobody was interested. So who knows what the hell they did? Maybe they sent a few spam emails to a few companies. You don't know a lot of the time. And so if you're tempted to go, oh, I just have ideas, I don't have the time, I want somebody to take this and run with it for me, you're in for a world of hurt. You will get ripped off. Inventors don't. It's very rare that inventors get ripped off by companies, but I talk to myself or Sylvia or Dana, who are our advisors at our company. We talk to somebody at least every day or every other day that's been ripped off by an invention promotion company. When I say ripped off, like they pretended to kind of work on it, who knows what the heck they did, and then you're out $10,000 or $12,000. Okay, so don't get ripped off. So if you need invention help, there's a ton of companies that will say, oh yeah, we'll help you. You don't have to do anything. Don't do it. You have to be in charge of your product. Nobody's going to be excited about your idea as you. Nobody's going to be as excited. I'm so excited I can't even speak. So nobody's going to get as excited about your idea as you. So you have to be in charge. Now, I could break down in other videos we broke down. People are, oh, but I couldn't write a provisional patent. Anybody can. I have students that don't have a GED or a high school degree, and they can write a provisional patent. Oh, I couldn't reach out to companies. I wouldn't know how. We teach you guys how to do all that stuff. So it's totally doable. Do not become prey for invention promotion companies. Now, number 3, be ready to get out of your head. If you want help with your invention, you're going to need to get out of your head and out into the world. You can't possibly do that if you just come up with more ideas. If you just file patents, make prototypes, and you're not going to be reaching out to companies, you got to. So if you need help with your invention, you have to come to a point like, I'm ready to go beyond coming up with new ideas and get out into the world. Those are the really 3 big things that you need to think about when you need help with your invention. My name is Andrew Krause. I'm the co-founder, one of the co-founders here at InventRight. Stephen Key's our other co-founder. I want to remind you guys to take care, keep inventing, subscribe down below, click the notification, and do all those 3 things if you appreciated this video. We have, I believe, over 800 videos now. So there's so much free education we have for you guys. And if you want more help, you can go to inventright.com, RIGHT.com. You can find out more about our coaching program. So take care, keep inventing. We'll catch up with you guys next time. See you guys. Bye.